All right, welcome back to episode 4 of Cherry Pickin. NHL season is still young. If you missed last week's episode, Babs wasn't here, but I essentially just ripped apart his fantasy hockey team.
Yeah, it didn't go well. It was like a train wreck in slow motion. I sent my keepers list in and didn't think of the consequences really of who I'd lose in draft picks. And when I was like, oh, I should keep Kreider, like he can be a pretty useful player. I think he's gonna have a bounce back year playing on that first line. It was stupid. I could have got him on.
But how many players did you keep?
8.
How many players did everyone else keep? 8?
Mixed bag. Some people kept more than others. I didn't.
You definitely should have kept less.
Probably, yeah. And at the end of the day, look, I'm projected to have a winning week. So I've made some moves. I picked up Skinner, moved Carlson.
A winning week?
A winning week.
Okay, what about a winning year?
I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to take it step by step. I'm going to be a waiver wire merchant, and I'm going to definitely have to stream a lot of guys, but I've just made it harder for myself. But I was live streaming it. I got sniped on so many picks. Like,
they're definitely watching your stream.
114 people, but Jimmy Snuggerud came up, and I'm like, he's not going to get picked for 3 rounds. Like, let's take him with the next pick.
Yeah, he came in. He was coming in the league pretty under the radar this year.
Yeah.
He was only like the second favorite to win the Calder.
So like Jimmy was a player I wanted to take, but like, yeah, projected not really going to be going super high. And then he did. So unfortunate result. And then I was like, oh, Morgan Riley, I'll take him. No, and John Tavares, same thing. It was just
Riley would have been a good pick.
Yeah,
Riley would have been a good pick. He's having a good year so far.
Good bounce back year. But yeah, it was so unbelievably bad that I don't know. At the end of the stream, everyone's like, yeah, you're fucked. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. We did it together.
Yeah, Kreider in the second round is crazy.
So stupid.
But as I mentioned, the NHL season is still young. I think there's a lot of thoughts that you can have about the season so far. What's your biggest surprise or something that's sticking out to you?
Rangers were going to have a hot start with a new coach. I really thought that they were going to have a big bounce
just right
back
away.
here.
You feel like Sullivan was going to come in and that was going to make the change.
Yeah, no, I think they have such a talented group that it doesn't make sense how poorly they performed last year. So a coach that can come in the offseason and get them back into form, I thought they would have had a better start to the season. I had their ceiling very high. They still might get there, just off the start to overreact. I'd probably say the Rangers, which would upset Larmer. But
it's not really a biggest surprise, but again, they come in with expectations that they just can't meet at all. And it's the Buffalo Sabres, like an absolutely putrid start to the year. We're recording this right before they play the Senators, but before this, their shooting percentage to start the year through 3 games, less than 3%. They've been outscored, outchanced, outshot in every single game. I just don't know what you're supposed to expect as a Sabres fan coming into any NHL season at this point, as Kevin Adams continue to do the same things. Think about all the guys that they've lost over the last 8 to 10 years and how they've replaced it is pretty much with prospects that they never even end up giving a chance on, right? Like Eichel gone, Sam Reinhart gone, Linus Ullmark. All those guys have had insane careers since leaving as well. You can even go back as guys like Evan Rodriguez, like Brandon Montour, Ryan O'Reilly. Like the list is insane. I shouldn't be shocked, but I'm shocked that the Sabres team perpetually is this fucking bad to start the year.
Yeah, I think it's a change of ownership. I think after a while you see the direction in the hiring, it just kind of paints the picture of it doesn't function. Yeah. So and also the fans loathe them now.
Oh my God. I don't even know how you could be a fan of that team. Like we talked about on one of our other shows, the Buffalo Bandits, their lacrosse team, attendances them. Like it's way more popular than the Sabres games at this point, that's just sad.
It's hockey country too. That's the weirdest part of it all.
Used to be so good.
Yep.
Anyway, early into the season, obviously there's a ton of guys to be picking up in fantasy hockey. So let's get into our fantasy hockey segment of this episode and 3 guys that we each want to pick up to have for the next couple weeks, but for sure for the entire season as well.
Yep, I think there's a few guys that you can look at just week to week, like I'm going to have to do, where I'm going to have to add guys just based on volume of games, and there's a pile of teams playing 4 next week. So
yeah. So who's the first on your list, and whether it's a guy that you want for the season or just for next week?
For next week, and then maybe for the season too, because a lot of guys will just hold on to a good prospect. Michael Misa is only rostered in 17% of leagues, but he played 17 minutes in his first game, and he's got 4 games next week. I think Michael Misa could be an interesting pickup if you're looking to have someone mostly probably ride your bench, but a lot of games next week that you could probably put him into.
You think this early he's going to have an impact on the Sharks team now?
The Sharks team's interesting. I think they're going to give guys a lot of opportunities, and he's just, like I said, if you want a really good player next year, this might be a guy to hold on to now.
Keeper, sure. Like his first game, I don't even think he had a shot, but I mean, they did play Carolina. Not a team you want to really start your NHL career against. The first guy I'm going with, young guy as well, Leo Carlson. And I know centers aren't that coveted in fantasy hockey because there's so many of them, but this guy being less than 25% rostered still is insane considering he's on an Anaheim team that everyone knows is going to get better. He's playing on a much better first line than he has in years past, has a little bit more of a veteran presence with Chris Kreider. He's playing on the first power play as well. I believe he's up to 5 points through his first 3 games. He had a goal and 2 assists against San Jose and then another 2 assists against Pittsburgh as well. So I feel like Leo Carlson Listen, if he's on your waiver wire still and you need a center or a center for the long term, I think he's your guy.
Ryan Hartman is an interesting one for next week. 4 games. I know he's a 3 seed and he's only rostered in 7% of leagues. His shot volume is ridiculously high. In terms of all the players that are available in my league, he had the highest. And he's also on PP too. So if you're looking somebody to try and fill in one of your utility spots, he might be somebody you want to look at next week.
Yeah, Hartman's always been a guy that's been around on the waiver wire for fantasy hockey for the last 2 to 3 seasons. And when he does have 4 games, he's definitely advantageous to your roster, especially if you're in a bangers league as well. So I like that pickup. Dmitry Voronkov on Columbus, 15% rostered. He's playing on that first line with Marchenko and Monahan. That got broken up a little bit last year, at the end of last year, just due to injuries and whatnot. But this guy led the Columbus Blue Jackets in expected goals for last year. The fact that he is still 15% rostered after what he put together last season shocks me. And I think this Columbus team is going to be just as good offensively as they were last year. So I think he's definitely a guy you should scoop up.
Caden Goulet, a guy that's going to be playing 4 games
Yes,
next
sir.
week. Really high shot and hit volume. So if you're just looking to play guys based on that, necessarily not like the goals, because you could look at a goal leader right now for a lot of guys available in the league. Justin Brazeau is a guy you could look at.
He deserves an honorable mention though right now.
For sure, yeah. If you want to ride the hot hand, you could go that way. But his production in some of the other areas is just lower. He's just getting the puck in the net when he needs to. That most likely will slow down. But he is playing on the second line, so
it's a pretty fun line too. It's him, Malkin, and Mantha. That's a hard line to play against.
And it's an interesting position for him too, because he's definitely like the underdog with a huge chip on his shoulder trying to prove himself, and he's getting his huge opportunity right now with this Pittsburgh team. But I think Goulet next week will probably be a higher point producer.
Okay, and our last pick here to round it out, Brant Clark on the LA Kings. If you need a defenseman, I'm telling you, he's kind of gotten moved off, or I think Jim Hillier is just trying to figure out what the power play situation is going to be this year. When you have this many talented players, I think it's hard to figure out what your first power play is, what your second power play is. Right now, he's playing on the second power play with Doughty on the point. He was started the year on the first power play as well. I don't hate him being on either power plays. He's a power play merchant. He's always been very useful on the man advantage as well. LA does have 4 games coming up in the following week too, so if you need a defenseman to stream for next week, I feel like LA and taking a look at Brant Clark would probably be good. They have some pretty good matchups. I know they have a game against Chicago in there as well, so those would be 6 players that you need to add for your fantasy hockey team before the end of this week, I would say as well, and they're going to help you win your league, I'm telling you.
All right, here we go. Another cherry picking trivia segment. I got a new game for you guys. It's called 501, or darts, as I will call it. Basically, you each start at 501 points. You have to name a player in a specific category, and if that stat is under 180 points, you get the points, and you work towards 0. First one, 2-0 or under 0. No one's going to get it exact. If you get it exact, good for you. So we will start. We're going to do power play goals all time. So career power play goals. You can name players from 1901 all the way to yesterday. So
this is going to be hard. I'm already trying to think of something. This is going to be tough.
Because there's some guys that have 500 goals, but they don't have a ton of power play goals because that's just how it's laid out. You don't know, how many goals they have, but you don't know how many power play ones.
I'm just trying to think of current players.
All right, rock, paper, scissors, who goes first? On shoot. Oh my God, this shit again.
You're so nice, Babs. Fine, I'll go first.
Okay, Ryan, who you got?
Mikko Rantanen.
He's probably under. He doesn't have the.
Mikko Rantanen has 103 power play goals.
Bang.
What is that?
Good start. Okay, that's a good benchmark. You're lucky. I feel like that's a good benchmark.
I have one that I'm going to go with my first one that came to my mind because I feel like he was more of a passer.
All right, Robert Filion, you're up.
All right, what do you got?
John Tavares.
Johnny T.
I would think he has more.
John Tavares has 155.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He acts more of the setup guy, or he's been in front, right? Working bumper.
Yeah, but he's been in the NHL forever.
Okay, Ryan.
Philip Forsberg.
Good one. All mine are going to be risky. I'm just going to try and see how close I can get to 180.
Philip Forsberg has 85.
Okay. I was worried there for a second. I was like...
313.
Okay. What are you going to say?
Okay. I've got one.
All right. Who you got?
Nicholas Backstrom.
I see what you're doing here, Babs.
Nicholas Backstrom has 86.
Oh,
I thought it'd be a little
more.
He's past first guy.
Yeah. Okay.
260. All right, Ryan.
Who can I go with?
I just keep thinking of insane answers, not good ones.
Okay. Max Pacioretty. I think that's gonna be playing with fire, but
where's his? I'm trying to think of where across his career.
Well, Montreal, but they never scored a ton is the thing. But he scored all their goals when he did.
Yeah, was he shoveling in front?
But then he also got hurt for a while.
Yeah.
No, he was fucking ripping.
What team is he on now?
He's retired.
Yeah.
He was on the Leafs last, but
yeah. Wanted to be at home with the family. This is gonna be like 176.
You think so? No,
Maybe.
I think it's gonna be 142.
He played forever, and isn't he really high up for goals for his nationality too? Or is it
Probably
points?
in the 300s.
I think it might be points he's high up for. And games played, actually.
Power play goals, 80.
80? Wow.
80.
Wow. Fuck you, Max Pacioretty.
233 for Sura. All right, Babs.
This is Erik Karlsson.
I think this is a bad one, Babs.
Is this gonna be,
I would.
is this gonna be 40?
I don't.
He's not in the top.
I would be
whatever.
shocked if this is more than 50.
Yeah. I just thought volume of time played.
Yeah, no, I get it. He did have a 100-point season.
He's always on
But-
PP1.
Yeah, he's literally always been on the first power play.
No, don't
no.
say it's. Do not.
Oh,
Is
no.
it 27?
It's 44.
Okay,
44.
okay.
So
That's
risk.
but
That
you-
was a risk. I took a
But you
risk.
gave up your pretty decent lead you had there. So
Yeah.
it's 233 to 216 for Sura.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Nikita Kucherov because he has 1,000 power play assists, but
Nikita Kucherov has 97.
okay,
97.
97.
Oh. Okay, now they're insane. Alumni of the Ottawa Senators.
All right, who you got?
Marian Gaborik.
Alumni. I love you. Go to the Sens. He was way more relevant on
'cause
so
he also-
many other teams.
The last guy I
Babs.
said.
Babs, that's a good one right
Oh
there.
no.
Is it-
Marian Gaborik, 110.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the last guy I said.
Okay.
Erik Karlsson.
Sarah, you have 136 points. One guy
136
could get you to
points?
0 if you
Okay.
get the right guy.
How many points do I have?
You have 106. So Babs is in a much better position. So
I'm
far,
gonna-
John Tavares is the best pick by far.
I'm gonna go with Evgeny Malkin.
Malkin.
I'm gonna risk it.
I think, if I remember, I'm pretty sure I saw his name. Sura. That's going to be a 0 for you. He has 183 goals.
Time player.
I know, Babs, but
No,
like,
no,
fucking
that's-
Christ. They
that's-
probably got that 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's he is the closest current player over 180. Like 2 weeks ago, probably would have been a great pick.
Oh my God.
All right, Babs, you need 106.
106.
Anyone over 100 and 6 gets you the win.
To go Ottawa Senators. Daniel Evertson.
He's gotta have more.
My other answer?
Maybe he didn't
My
play
other
long enough.
I'm trying to win. My other answer.
Oh, Babs, there it is. Daniel Alfredson, 135.
Fuck, good answer.
Okay, can you look how many Mitch Marner has? Because I know it's
No,
not.
how many does Austin Matthews have? I bet you he doesn't have over 80.
I don't know.
Actually, I was gonna say after now that we're done, the best current player to pick is Leon Draisaitl. He's got 163.
See, I bet you Matthews
So,
isn't.
I-
Matthews has got to have 150. I was gonna say Matthews too, and then I went.
Kane has 139.
See,
Kopitar's got 124.
I
Corey
would've said
Terry
he's
has
over.
124.
I guess he's a great passer.
Matthews, you see.
I'm scrolling. Hold on.
So see, I bet you Matthews has 100.
Austin Matthews has 104.
Okay.
Same as Nathan McKinnon.
What about Marner? Because that's the guy I
Marner's
thought
got to
of.
have 60.
I don't think Martin would have a
65?
lot.
No,
He's got to have at
70. I'll say 70. Erik Karlsson was stupid out of me, but I was just trying to think of guys that played forever that were a pass first, so they just casually pick up enough goals over time, but wouldn't be way too high.
Mitch Marner, power play goals in his career is 50.
50.
50.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Congrats, Babs. You fucking asshole.
Hey, it's a bad performance out of me, though.
No, really. I feel like we gave some
Erik
pretty good
Karlsson was
answers.
probably stupid.
That was a bad guess. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That was bad.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Next week, power rankings.
Power rankings. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All 32 teams way too early because people really enjoy hot takes.
Yes, and I'm sure Babs is gonna have some fucking disgusting takes.
Maybe one or two sleepers. I had one the other day. We'll give people a teaser. The Seattle Kraken, not as bad. Not nearly as bad as I thought the start of the season was going to be for them. I thought they were going to be 0-3.
Yeah, that's fair, but it's 3 games in the season. This is why we do it. Sure, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.